it's not unprecedented for these people to sign or write letters on in
Okay.
regards.
Can you give me
Everyone
any
around him.
example even comparable to that in corruption?
Well, obviously not. I'm not going to be able to pull that out of my ass right away.
Okay.
But particularly, the problem with it is that
So there's
I
no
don't.
precedence
I'm
for this,
having a
right?
problem.
There's
I'm
no
having
precedence for this, right?
for him doing that. I would probably say not.
If you want to see more content like this, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel and follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Rinyald. And if you disagree with anything in the video, make sure you join the Discord and we can have a chat sometime. No one can hear.
All right.
All right. What do you disagree with?
Well, I don't. I mean, we can start with number 5. I don't think he weaponized the DOJ.
Okay. Are you familiar with the plot to force Jeffrey Rosen to send a letter lying to Georgia's state legislature?
Well, look, are we? We're talking about the past or present.
This was 2020.
So then I retract number 5.
Okay.
Let's go to number 4.
Okay. Donald Trump is advised by Stephen Miller, more likely than not a white nationalist. He's a senior advisor to Donald Trump. Any disagreement there?
Yeah, I disagree entirely that Stephen Miller would be classified as a white nationalist.
Okay.
He's out there. But like,
have you read the emails that he sent to the Breitbart editor?
No, I haven't. What would they say?
Where he was saying that the Pope saying that we should be more sympathetic to refugees was going to lead to the death of the white world at the hands of brown refugees.
I mean, I'd have to look at the letter.
Or the fact that, he was working with Richard Spencer to bring Peter Brimelow on to Duke University to give a speech.
I never read that one either.
Okay.
But I don't think he's a white nationalist. I mean, I certainly understand concerns of cultures that we allow in the country apart from an integration process, assimilation process.
Do you think the country should expend effort to remain a majority white country?
No, I mean, I think that they should expend an effort to accept the ideals of American exceptionalism.
Do you believe that somebody who works with white nationalists to bring speech or to bring white nationalists onto your campus to bring oh my god, do you agree that somebody who works with white nationalists to bring white nationalists onto your campus to give speeches is probably a white nationalist?
Who specifically are you referencing?
Stephen Miller worked with Richard Spencer to bring Peter Brimelow onto Duke University to talk about that kind of stuff.
I'm not familiar with Peter Brimelow.
Okay.
What is he? Is he like a self-proclaimed white nationalist?
He said some pretty crazy shit. I mean, I could bring up some of the quotes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I think that'd be good. And maybe I can concede.
I don't know how many of them I can say on TikTok Live. I mean, he said explicitly in 2018, "My heart is with civic nationalism, but my head is with racial nationalism." He said that in 2018. So,
my heart is with civic nationalism,
but my head is with racial nationalism.
Yeah.
Do you agree that probably makes somebody, and he's a white guy, do you agree that probably makes him a white nationalist?
No. I mean, I understand the statement and
really
civically in his
you don't think that makes somebody a white nationalist to say my head is with racial nationalism?
My head is with racial nationalism and his heart?
Yeah.
So
in that saying that my heart wants civic nationalism, but my head believes that racial nationalism is more reasonable.
Right. Well, he's in that statement, what I hear is he's highlighting his compassion for all races, but the fleshly head.
But his level head is leading him to white nationalism.
No, not his level head, just like his rationalizing capabilities. But like
What do you
he
what would you call it? Level-headed to rationally come to a conclusion?
what I call it level headed.
Yeah, like using rationality to come to a conclusion.
Um, yes, but like you
Okay,
can
so
come to a
so
rational.
his level
You
head
can
was
come.
coming to the conclusion of racial nationalism, right?
Well, you can come to a rational conclusion apart from compassion. Is what I'm saying. Like
Right. So he believes the most logical thing right now is racial nationalism, right?
he doesn't deny like the humanity and like a civic nationalism. I guess is what I'm arguing from a compassionate standpoint.
Okay.
But I mean, he could be. Let's go to number three.
Okay. Uh, what do you want? I mean, I think Donald Trump incited people to attack his vice president while there were people in the Capitol when instead of telling them to go home or to be peaceful, um, while people were chanting to hang Mike Pence, he said that Mike Pence didn't have the courage to do what was necessary to save the country instead of de-escalating the situation. My standard for inciting violence is when um, an action or a call to action is more likely than not to lead to imminent lawless action. And I think that there's no other explanation for what Donald Trump tweeted out.
And specifically about Pence not having
The
so
courage to
like
do what was necessary to save the country while his supporters were in the Capitol trying to hang him. Yeah.
so if I like for example as like a Georgia Bulldogs fan, if I said Jake Fromm, which is a past quarterback,
Mm.
um, didn't have the balls to tuck the ball and run like to win the SEC championship, would that be like if Georgia
If
fans?
you had a group of supporters that would hang on your last word to the dying breath, and there was a group of people looking to hang that quarterback or whatever, and you said that that quarterback was was like a douchebag who didn't have the courage to save the country, then yeah, I would say that's inciting violence.
So I guess your position is that like Donald Trump was aware that there was like a group of people out there that wanted to like inflict bodily harm on Mike Pence.
Yes,
Why would he think that?
because an advisor came into the room and told him that.
And that's on record.
Yep.
Who was it?
I don't think the name was ever released. It was part of Jack Smith's probe.
But these are like unsealed records.
Well, it was in the Jack Smith report.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's interesting, man. I have to check that out. I'm
Okay.
not aware of that.
I mean, we also know through testimony that Donald Trump was watching all of the events of January 6th unfold from the White House, what was it, White House dining room while he was scrolling through Twitter the whole time with Fox News playing on the TV. I would highly doubt that they weren't reporting on that, and we all knew what they were at the Capitol to do. It was to stop the certification and to get Mike Pence to come through and do the right thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can't. There's videos out there. Like I've seen him watching.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Do you agree that that's probably like more likely than not going to lead to violence?
it ah, there there's no way to say for certain.
There's no way to say whether or not something is going to lead to violence.
Yeah, I mean because it's like subjective, and I guess it's dependent on like
So like let's say that there's I'm friends with a couple, all right, and the girl locks herself in the in the house, and the boyfriend is banging on the door saying like, come out here, bitch, I'm gonna kill you. And I say, well, she does suck. What do you think I'm communicating to that person?
yeah. I mean you're uh, I mean I
Okay.
guess you're affirming their um, emotion. So, but there's no way to like,
So I'm reinforcing their emotion, which is
yeah,
violence towards a particular person, right? Do you think that's more likely than not to lead to more violent outcomes?
it could. I mean, there's no way to say that for certain.
There's no way to say whether or not reinforcing anger is going to lead to more violent outcomes.
That 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 it will. So, I mean,
More
then look
likely than
like
not to is the standard that I'm using. That's the standard
so
that the
then,
Supreme Court
well then
uses.
here, like I'll concede to that. Let's do you believe that like
Okay.
rap music has an effect on violent outcomes within urban communities?
Um, Possibly. I don't know. I'd have to see.
So then we should um charge all rap artists that have a following for inciting the violence, and we should hold them
Well,
directly responsible
I don't think
for.
they would meet the bar for incitement
Well, why not? It's the same thing.
because it's not the same thing.
It absolutely is the same thing.
Rappers don't have the same amount of pull that elected politicians do, let alone Donald Trump, and they're not
But,
inciting particular events against particular people at particular times.
but says
Now, if a
who?
rapper came out and they had like a cult like fan base and they said, "Yeah, I want you to go to Officer Jones' house and gun him down," then that would be incitement. They would probably go be arrested and charged for that if somebody ended
Why?
up doing it.
When did Donald Trump say that though?
Okay. I would say
No,
probably
I'm trying to understand like the like
okay, but
the
I'm saying do you agree that that's like the bar for incitement there? We can even make it more analogous, I guess. If they said like if there was a rabid group of like Eazy fans or whatever the fuck, and
yeah.
they were breaking into Derek Chauvin's house, all right, and Eazy because he has that much control over. Like I don't know if there's even a world where this is analogous because I don't think rappers have the same amount of pull as Donald Trump. But in a world where Eazy has that kind of pull, there's people breaking into Derek Chauvin's house looking for him to hang him, and Eazy doesn't take any action to quell those, especially when Eazy was spending like the past year like inflaming relations against Derek Chauvin. Like it's disanalogous, but that's the amount of fucking holes we need to jump through in order to make it analogous. But in that particular case, then yes, that's incitement because his words
Yeah,
were
I
more
mean,
likely than not to lead to imminent lawless action.
yeah, I mean, I guess my definition of incitement would just be if there was a like direct call, like, "Hey, go do this."
Do you think you can incite violence without making a direct call to action?
Uh, uh-uh.
Never.
I mean, maybe not any like action that I can think of, like right offhand.
So like what if AOC was to come out and say like, "Oh man, Donald Trump is a fascist. If only there was something somebody could do about that." And then like winked at the camera. Do you think that would be inciting violence?
No.
Hey, at least you're consistent, buddy. All right, is there anything else?
Nah, man, that's it. Hey, appreciate you letting me up.
All right, I love you. Okay.
Next one.
Yeah, I guess. Oh, Will, I think we've talked before. You're the guy that I
Yes,
think I
sir. We
talked
have.
about that particular thing.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I'm not going to talk about that right now. There's plenty of holes that I could poke in the argument that do have
you did a
counters to, but
you did a really great
specifically, I
job
wanted.
last time.
Well, yeah. Well, your point was pretty much. Well, we'll get into it in a couple minutes. I'm not trying to be on here that long,
Okay.
but specifically, I was just quick question
Mhm.
for number 5. When you say he weaponized the DOJ, what standard are you using to basically make that claim?
Are you asking like what the definition of weaponize is?
Well, no, I'm just say by his actions, solely his actions. What has he done to make you think that he weaponized the DOJ?
He told the attorney general to send a letter to the states claiming election fraud, even though the attorney general and all of his DOJ said that there was nothing to substantiate that claim. And then whenever the attorney general refused to do that, he threatened to fire him and replace him with somebody who would lie to the states about it.
Okay, so we're going to take that to be true for this very instance. My next question would be, what does the election or what does this election action have to do with the Department of Justice?
He was asking his attorney general to make a statement on behalf of the Department of Justice.
No, no, because the Department of Justice has nothing to do with the elections.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
what do you think?
how is that
wait,
weaponizing the DOJ?
What role? Can you tell me what role the attorney general has? What is the attorney general? What does the attorney general do?
We don't need to know the role of the attorney general. We just need to know if the DOJ is.
We kind of do. Can you tell me what? Can you tell me what the attorney general does?
Yeah, they prosecute specific crimes.
What department do they head?
The election. I'm gonna here. Let me just clarify with it.
What department? No. What department did they head?
Hang on. Let's just clarify. Just clarify. Real quick.
He's so close to the point. My God.
All right, I got your little proof here for you. Just to clarify, you can verify this all you want if you want to make me on the big screen.
No, I agree. I just want to know what role does the attorney general play?
You agree with me?
Yes.
You agree with me?
Yeah, we can build up to it.
The DOJ has nothing. Wait, I just want to hear it from your mouth.
We can build up to it. Yes, the DOJ, this is what Rosen told Donald Trump too, by the way. The DOJ does not litigate whether or not the election was fairly run because that's delegated to the states. That's not a DOJ, that's not a federal question.
Nothing. They shouldn't even be have anything. They have no. Okay,
so if Donald Trump was saying
that a weaponization of the DOJ,
if Donald Trump was telling the attorney general that they do have authority and that they should lie to the states to decertify their electors, do you think that's a weaponization, an inappropriate use of the DOJ's power?
No, because the DOJ has nothing to do with the elections.
If Donald Trump was telling the DOJ that he
general was the one who's sending the letter, but the DOJ has nothing to do
with
it.
By the way, because you couldn't answer. By the way, because you couldn't answer, the Attorney General heads the Department of Justice, the DOJ. That's what the Attorney General does.
Yeah, obviously.
Obviously, you didn't answer it. By the way, so. Just a very simple question. No? If Donald Trump is pressuring the DOJ to do something outside of the scope of the DOJ, do you think that's weaponization?
No, because it has nothing to do with the DOJ. In terms of when you say the
weaponization, if he's pressuring the Attorney General to exceed his power, what term do you think would be appropriate?
What you mean by weaponization?
What term do you think would be appropriate? Like what term should I use to accurately describe this?
You could say he tried to slate some electors. You could say he tried to slate some electors. I don't think you can make the assumption or make the claim that he weaponized the DOJ. Especially, let me ask you: Did you vote for the left candidate in this last election? I'm assuming you did.
Yep. You're gonna try and do whataboutisms. I know. What term should I use to characterize this? I think weaponization is fine. If I can't fit the whole thing where Donald Trump pressured the DOJ to do something they're not legally allowed to do.
It's not a weaponization of the DOJ. You want me to give you an example of a weaponization of the DOJ?
I would like don't give me an example. I want to know what better term should I use? What is more apt? What is more of an apt term?
I already answered that question. Did I not?
No, you didn't.
What did I not mention?
You said he tried to slate some electors. That's not what this was doing. He was trying to pressure the DOJ to lie to states and exceed the DOJ's power.
How is the DOJ exceeding, or how that doesn't make any sense?
How is it exceeding the DOJ's power? You already said that the DOJ has no role to play in elections, and he was trying to get the DOJ to play a role in the election.
Yeah, but just because he uses the Attorney General to send out a letter does not mean that he's weaponizing the DOJ.
A letter to do what?
I don't know. I haven't read the letter, so I can't call it what it is.
To point out major improprieties in Georgia's election, even though the Attorney General found nothing to substantiate it, on the grounds that it would get Georgia to decertify their electors.
I'm going to need to read the letter, but
Okay.
But like I said, because if we look up the main job of the DOJ, there is no way that would be classified as weaponizing the DOJ. Like weaponizing the DOJ.
I think compelling the DOJ to lie for you in order to get them to do something outside of the power of the DOJ is like the definition of weaponization.
Let me ask you this to get a better clarification from your standpoint. With this most recent raid on John Bolton, do you think that is a weaponization of the DOJ?
I don't know anything about it. I don't know.
So you just don't have an opinion on it?
Yep.
Okay. Now I want to go back to what you were talking about, the whatchamacallit before. I mean, you already conceded.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. I didn't concede anything. All right.
You conceded that
you're telling me that it's not weaponization to get. You're telling me it's not weaponization to get the DOJ to exceed their power fraudulently. Like that's, I don't know what else weaponization looks like. I don't know what your definition of weaponization is. But okay. Like, is it weaponization to get the DOJ to do something they're allowed to do? Is that what weaponization means? I weaponized my pencil on some paper to write words. I don't know. I don't know, man.
Wait. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
So if the Attorney General sends letters to particular states and for any particular instance, whether or not it has to do with particular cases, do you think that is also something that the DOJ should not be doing?
If it's in furtherance of decertifying their electors, that the context matters.
It's only if it's decertifying the elections. They can do anything else.
If the DOJ is trying to play a role in the state's elections, then yes, that's inappropriate. Because the states run their elections.
But I'm just trying to make the point that attorney generals are it's not unprecedented for these people to sign or write letters in regards for the president.
Can you give me an example, a single other example of the president coming to the attorney general saying, "Hey, I need you to send this letter." The attorney general saying no because I don't think it's true, and then the president trying to fire that attorney general and replace him with somebody else?
Well, this is particularly just because.
Can you give me any example even comparable to that in corruption?
Well, obviously not. I'm not going to be able to pull that out of my ass right away. But particularly, the problem with it is that.
So there's no precedence for this, right? There's no precedence for this, right?
For him doing that, I would probably say not, because I do believe that they. Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
But is the real question? Well, I'm not even going to ask that. The particular thing that I wanted to talk about with your analogy, when you want to talk about that this hypothetical that you continually pose, my problem with it is actually when you are right outside directly and you are almost kind of saying and agreeing with this person, yeah, she's a bitch, blah 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 blah. I have a better hypothetical to pose to you that would make more sense. Let's say you and I work.
So can you tell me what's disanalogous in mine first?
Yeah. So particularly when you want to say that it's not, I disagree completely that Donald Trump, just because he says he's disappointed with Mike Pence because he didn't do the right thing, that in nowhere near in legal terms incites anything.
I'm saying it reinforces the group's opinion on Mike
legally,
Pence. His supporters are in the Capitol chanting to hang Mike Pence, and Donald Trump reinforces their hatred of Mike Pence instead of quelling the situation.
No, this is what the problem is that in legal terms specifically, what Donald Trump had said, just because he's disappointed in Mike Pence, he's not even addressing anything that's going on at the Capitol. Just because it's happening doesn't mean that
coincidentally he decided to.
Yes, you can say
decided to say that Mike Pence is letting the country down while all of his supporters were in the Capitol while he was watching them do it. Like, what a coincidence!
Coincidentally, you can say that, but guess what? It's not incitement.
Do you think he knew? Do you think he knew that the people were in the Capitol?
I think he probably at the time that he made the tweet.
Yeah.
I mean, probably, but it doesn't really matter.
Do you think he knew why they were in the Capitol?
The day prior, he said to stay.
Do you think he knew? Do you think he knew why they were in the Capitol?
I thought he probably thought that there were some bad actors there. Yeah.
When you say there were some bad actors, why do you think they were in the Capitol?
Are you gonna jump into a whole Jan 6, or are we gonna stay on the topic of incitement? Because
why do you think they were in the Capitol?
I I can't tell you every single person that went into the Capitol what their specific motive was. So
why was the protest being held at the Capitol on January 6th?
Do you think they were all there for one particular purpose? One reason. And
that's why the protest was happening at the Capitol.
Their reason for breaking in was to hang Mike Pence.
It was to stop Pence from certifying the election.
No. You made the claim already. They were already chanting hang Mike Pence. So that clearly would have been their intention, right?
No, not a certain group of them, not all of them.
Okay, so show me who got charged with I guess that would be what would that be? It wouldn't be an attempted murder.
So what, seditious conspiracy?
I mean, well, that's already what they tried. They basically got what's his name on?
All of the Proud Boys and all of the Oath Keepers?
Oh wait, no. I'm thinking of I know that. Was it who's Abrego Garcia? Oh, that's the undocumented immigrant that just got barred from going to Uganda. My bad. But back to what I'm saying, because he says like you have to admit.
So
this,
okay,
right?
let me paint the picture
legal
for
term. You're giving us your definition of incitement.
I don't know what they could secure an indictment for. I don't know. But what I'm saying is that when Donald Trump, sees that his supporters are in the Capitol in order to stop the certification, to stop Mike Pence from certifying the election results, and he sees that some of his supporters are chanting to hang Mike Pence, and instead of de-escalating the situation, he says that Mike Pence didn't have the courage to save his country. What do you think he was trying to get at when he sends that tweet?
That he was disappointed in Mike Pence. You cannot make
and it was
that
just
jump.
it was just a coincidence. It was just a coincidence that he decided to say it while his supporters were looking to hang him.
If you're going to bridge that gap, you know what that's called?
Was it just a coincidence?
A violation of someone's First
I'm sorry, was it
Amendment
just a coincidence?
You can call it. You can say
it was just a coincidence that he said it while his supporters were looking to hang him. Okay.
Let me explain to you how stupid this sounds. Right.
I'm good. Guys, it was just a coincidence.
You got your clips. You're good.